It wasn't until I was 22 years old that I had my first girlfriend. I was out of college, and I finally got my first girlfriend. And what had been stopping me all my life, and it continued to stop me even after that, was I had a crazy anxiety problem. Crazy anxiety problem. And that was bad enough to feel that kind of anxiety on the inside. But the worst was I had this really crazy thing I couldn't hide. And the deal was I had sweaty hands and sweaty feet, and even a sweaty body. I would break out in a sweat in an instant. I could just release a ton of sweat. And it stopped me in my life for many, many years. Other things, it didn't stop me, but I just pushed through it and was terrified that people would find out about it, wiping my hands off before I shook hands with people and going out a little bit with women, but not too much. And it was affecting my life in so many ways. What happened was I found an answer. I found a way out. And it kind of came in a funny way. I was a runner, still a runner, and I would run 70 miles or more a week, even over 100 miles a week. And I loved running, and it was great to compete and all. But one of the things it did was help me be calmer. I remember telling my friend Carlos once that the only time I felt comfortable was after running 15 miles. And here I was, 37 years old, and I developed and created a successful physical therapy, integrative therapy practice in San Diego. Had clients coming to see me to help with all sorts of chronic conditions and doing good work. But at some point around age 37, I couldn't run anymore. I had this severe spasm thing that stopped me from running. 5 minutes of running and I'd be out. And it was going on for months and months and months, no matter what I did, all the therapies I did, the stretching, the orthotics, everything. And the worst part, I think, was that I was unable to control my anxiety. I wasn't able to blow off a lot of steam. And so luckily I found a therapist that worked on me, one visit, and she found that I had a problem with my heart, with my arteries. And she did some energetic stuff, and 2 days later I was back to running. Well, the interesting thing is, after that, I started taking lots of classes. It ended up being 110 classes over 10 years of this medical intuitive integrative therapy world. And my teeth no longer had cavities. And my anxiety started going away. And then it ended up going away. And what I found was a very simple and profound truth for me that's impacted the rest of my life and how I help people with their to get over conditions like this, the anxiety and chronic conditions. And so my name is Ralph Havens. I'm a medical intuitive and a healer and a coach, a trained physical therapist, and I've been helping people for 34 years to get over chronic and mysterious conditions and clear anxiety and even the sweaty hand thing. So I want to tell you a little bit about how this works. The idea is your body, no matter what you're going through, is doing the best it can do. The best it can do. Even my body was doing the best it can do. And what we see when we see an anxiety problem or a sweaty hand problem or any kind of chronic condition is your body's attempt to protect itself. Now, there's a thing called hierarchy of protection. And what that means, it's kind of like if you're in a burning house, you're going to run out and you're going to save the kids. And that's all you're going to take. Maybe on the way out, you'll grab a picture of your mom or something if you see it on the wall. But you're going to leave all the stuff that's not important. And your body's the same way. It will protect you at all costs from the very important stuff. And in my case, for my running, and then it started affecting my shifting my teeth and getting them well and clearing my anxiety. My body was protecting my arteries and my heart. Now that's a very smart body, right? Protecting your heart by spasming muscles in your legs so you don't run. And then once the heart was fixed up, that's the way my teacher used to talk, fix it up. My body didn't need that protection and it could let that go. The cool thing was other stuff started to be able to heal as well. So I could heal naturally and my teeth got well and I no longer had the anxiety or the sweaty hands. Now, with this hierarchy of protection, there's other layers even beyond the physical. And so I had a client that came to see me years ago that had severe neck and back and headaches. And she had had a car wreck 2 years before. And short story of a long story, I started noticing that her lungs, her body was protecting a deep grief. deep grief in her lungs, sadness, deep sadness. And so I didn't ask her about it, didn't talk to her about it, but I did the techniques to release that. So she no longer had to protect herself from this deep grief. And she started getting better. Her neck and her back and her headaches cleared. And that's when she told me that she had lost 2 of her kids. Very sad, very sad. How do you move on from there, right? But her body was protecting her. And on her last session, she no longer had headaches or neck pain or back pain. And she told me that she thinks the reason she had the car wreck in the first place and all that pain was to come see me and to let that go, let that grief go. So I checked in with her 6 months later and she was still good. So your body will protect a deep mental or emotional or spiritual pain at an even greater cost than a physical pain. And so that's the second part of this. The third part is it can be something as simple as toxins. So, I years later, quite a few years ago from right now, I couldn't run again, and I had a severe depression. And a lot of people were telling me, make sure you go to the doctor, make sure you don't have the big C word, and I didn't, but I couldn't figure it out for about a year and a half. It turns out, long story short, it was fluoride that was put in the water in San Diego. And when I looked it up, that's a toxin and it causes bone pain and depression and all sorts of other stuff. So I quit putting that in my body. We actually moved up here to the Pacific Northwest and got well water and got a supplement. And I got well even before we moved up here because we figured out how to not put that in the body. So your body will also protect you from a physical toxin. And it could be all sorts of things. It could be in your food. It could be in your water. It could be in your air. It could be all sorts of things. But there's ways to find out what is your body protecting you from. And by clearing that, then your body is what does the healing, right? Like I can't help somebody heal. I can help clear away the stuff that's in the way of somebody healing. And this goes with the anxiety clearing and the sweaty hand clearing thing too. So a while back, I was thinking, how can I help people get this so that anybody can get this? Because when I was a kid, when I was 20, when I was 30, I would have given anything to get rid of that sweaty hand thing. I mean, I wasn't even getting a girlfriend. And it was affecting my relationships and even ability to shake hands. And so I would have given anything. And there are people that see me one-on-one. But what I'm talking about right now is I developed a 30 sessions in 30 days. And what I did was I had a group of people and did an hour plus of deep healing meditation. And then I got on a call for 15 or 20 minutes and did the session that then became a video. So the whole thing is included in these 30 sessions plus 30 days in 30 days. And there's a lot of bonuses, all sorts of stuff that you can get, all the parts that can help you find these root causes, the protections, what your body's protecting you from, so that you can clear that and get on with healing and even clearing the anxiety and the sweaty hand thing. So if this is something that's interesting to you, if you're interested, you can grab it. You can go get it. I actually have a free ebook just by showing up and taking a look at ralphhavens.com/end anxiety forever. ralphhavens.com/end anxiety forever. And, my wife Jen and I, we're going to be doing a bigger training and healing program with all of this and including this. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep this as a separate program. Right now you can grab it. It's only $37. More importantly, it's a month of commitment of 15 to 20 minutes a day and doing some specific things to clear the things in the way of you getting well and you solving this problem. So, when I was thinking about this, I thought, if all this did was take away your anxiety and your sweaty hands, would it be worth it? If you're dealing with sweaty hands or even just anxiety, if it got you just to be healthier in your body, maybe some sort of physical condition you're dealing with, would it be worth it? And if you're dealing with some sort of spiritual or mental anguish or pain or some sort of deep thing, all it did was get rid of that, would it be worth it? So I think it would, right? I mean, I know it would have been for me years ago, and for some reason it took me a long time to find it. But I wanted to find a way to get this to you, even if you can't see me one-on-one, or for some reason you can't yet see me one-on-one. I'm getting lots of great results with people talking about their anxiety going away, finding their life purpose, healing on all sorts of levels, shifting relationships. So if you want to take a look It's ralphhavens.com/end anxiety forever. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside of the course. All right. So until then, let's get out there and live. Let's really live. Bye now. Ralph Havens signing off.